Hey, all, it's Tom. Um, yeah, just a little update here. First off, I'd like to say, our deepest condolences and our sympathies to Dave and Iris Canterbury and their family. I heard they lost their dog. They lost the entire house. The house is bad enough, but man, losing a dog. So anyway, um, yeah, dogs can get me a little choked up. Still haven't been able to watch Old Yeller all the way through. So our deepest sympathies to them and condolences. Uh, yeah. So I'm not going to be able to go out in the woods for like I used to. We all know, last couple of years I've been on the walker and doing the best we can. But I'm looking at a wheelchair shortly, I think. But hey, we have the patio here, and we have, I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's a lake over that way. So my girlfriend and I were talking, and she said, I could drop you off at the lake. You can go for a few hours. Like, hey, I'll put up with that. And we have the patio to do the video, so you don't have to worry about the channel. We'll still be here. So with all that being said, let me get set up, and we'll get to a video which I told you we were going to back in December get to. I'm back. Remember this? Back in December, I was talking about my hunting set and what I used them for, and I said, we're going to build a kit out of this. Remember that? Okay, so what we started with here, you're going to see a different knife. This is a beauty. Took me years to find, but I finally found one. Okay, so we had the Imperial Frontier Hunter. Carbon steel blades. Alright. And in the meantime, I found the trapper match to it. Remember the last one I had was it was a different color, different type of knife, but I found the trapper match. Carbon steel blades in the box, brand new. So I'm tickled about that. So now we have them two knives. I explained in that video what I use them for. This one I use for the little finesse work. Around the noses and stuff like that on a deer and the little joints and whatnot. This one you heard me say I use for the big stuff, the gutting and the skinning and whatnot. Now I have 4 blades in case any of them go dull on a deer, because I've had blunt knives, really good ones, go dull on deer. So now, while I'm out in the woods, and what I said in that last video is, we're going to make a small kit out of this. How do we do that? You wouldn't believe this, but I just took the ferro rod out of here to replace it with a different one. So let's just imagine I have a ferro rod in here, okay? So all I did, really, is I have some of that black and white fire starter. I hacked off a shave of it, put it in the big kit, or in the big knife. Now, this big knife will fit in that sheath, along with the ferro rod, which is not here right now. I can't believe I did that. I usually never take the ferro rods out, but you got to get it just right. That's right, okay. So you put the knife in on this one. The fire tinder. Button her up. That's case number 1. Now case number 2 has got a little chip of that black and white fire starter in it. And the knife. Now this for right now is a developing kit. And what I mean by that is because I've got the ferro rod, 2 sticks of fat wood, the knives, but I'd like to take a little jute cordage and wrap them between the sheets. Wrapping in the sheets. Wrap them in between the sheets, and that would give me a little cordage to use, plus, you know, another thing to make a rat's nest out of to catch on fire. Now this would go on my belt like this, so I have my fire kit. Every one of my knives I have a fire kit on. That's a given. So now, with any of your knives, look through even your fixed blades. Look through the sheaths. See if there's a lot of room between the blade and the sheath. You might be able to get a piece of fat wood and shave it down flat enough to fit down in the sheath. So you'd always have the fat wood in there in order to keep your knife more secure. We all know we carry ferro rods on our sheets, so why not carry something inside to take up more space, right? So now I'm going to have cordage on there, and I'm going to have that. Now the only other thing, I call it the survival 3, is fire, water, and shelter. You know, that triangle. So I have fire, I have a cutting tool, and I'll have some cordage. And the only other thing I need, if I was able enough to do it, I would. But the only other thing I would need to do it here was to, you know, find a way to carry a couple of space blankets with me. Just something small to make a shelter with, get through the night with. So that's the kit I said we're going to try to put together. And, you know, I experiment with your gear. I mean, let's just say you have a Pathfinder water bottle set, or a canteen cup set, or any of them, you know, water set. Find nooks and crannies, put stuff in that you're going to need. Not that it's going to be in the way, but that you might need, like, you know, a small fire kit, or like the last video I had out with that little Altoids Kid Survival Kit by Ted Hilden. Find places you can put stuff like that. It'll come in handy, and it'll make a smaller, lighter kit that will get you through. You know, you don't need to carry 5 sticks of that black and white fire starter stuff, or fat wood or stuff to get you a fire going. You only need a piece of it, just enough to get you a fire going. I ain't gonna get them on. There's a scarlet tangent, I think it's called, right there in the tree. Beautiful birds up here. And then grosbeak is over there too. Nice. So, this is Tom, and you know, this is where I'm at now. Let me see if I can turn you around here and give you a view. That's the view from my living room or my patio, whichever you want to call it. Backyard. My patio. Oh, that's me. The patio. Then in the summertime, I'll tell you what, I might not be able to get, you know, out in the woods. But in the summertime, there's no reason why I can't stay out here at night in this patio and still enjoy some of the night sounds and the evening air. And that's basically what I'm looking at. I'm not, you know, I got to look at this realistically. It's a fart cart. I got to look at this realistically, and realistically, I might even spend the night out there in that yard. But that's what I can do, and that's what I'm going to do. So, it's Tom. I want to thank you for your time and your patience. You know, if you like the multiple video system here, just let me know. And, oh, wait a minute. Wildlife. Gratuitous squirrel seen. No, I'm not eating them. I got squirrels. There's like 6 or 7 of them running all over these trees. And one of them is a dark brown rust color. Not a fox squirrel. But he's a dark brown rust color with a white stripes up the side of his tail. He's gorgeous. So, anyway, I appreciate your time and your patience. And we'll see you guys on the next one.